So the roadmap for the Ventus is definitely kind of a more product based, more first party data approach or the second party data approach, and more kind of a data partnerships and finding the right audience and handling the complete funnel from top to bottom.
Hello everyone, this is our flagship podcast from ClearTrust. So today in this episode we have Amit joining in from Ventus Avenues. So Amit has been, as far as I am aware of, Amit has been a leading personality with respect to performance marketing in the mobile space. So we'll get to do a Q&A with Amit, understand about Ventus Avenues, how performance marketing was there earlier historically, now how does it look, and what are Amit's views with respect to the same and inputs for the newcomers in this case. Welcome Amit to the show.
Yeah, thank you Deepankar to invite me in this podcast, and I'm very glad and definitely interested in talks more about my experience and all. So let me introduce myself. I'm Amit Gaosandhe, currently working with Ventus Avenues, which is a performance marketing company, and almost it's running in the 11th year right now, so almost completed 10 years. And so it's a very good journey. The company has journey and the regular of achievements they did. So basically the company is in performance marketing. I'm also a performance marketing guy, and almost now my experience into digital is more than now 17-18 years, and started working in the feature phone market where exactly more vast monetization was there. And then gradually, Android came in the picture and iOS came in the picture in 2010-11. And then this journey started with the mobile smartphone market. So my journey is more kind of a mobile first since starting. And the main role what I'm playing is basically meeting with the clients and onboarding them and giving our services in regard to their acquisition.
Got it.
Yeah, so that is it.
Got it. Well, thanks for that, Amit. As you say, you have been in the space for 17-18 years. Now, this would mean, I think 2006, 2007.
Yeah, somewhere. I entered into around 2006.
2006. So, and I'm sure the performance marketing industry and the mobile part of it specifically has evolved, as you said, feature phones.
Yeah.
So, how do you look at it from then till now? What has changed?
So, earlier, as no IP-driven phones are there because more feature phones there. So, the fraud percentage or the fraud levels are very less actually, because there is no internet on the phones, only operator on deck or operator driven model there in the internet there, which is the feature phones, you can say that thing. So there the fraud is almost zero, what I feel that thing, and that is market more kind of a vast driven. And then we my company where exactly I was working at that time, we created some vast product for the brands. So we are basically we are subsidizing the cost of the call through our advertising platforms. So person has to watch a video ad, and then after that the call has been free for them for 60 seconds. And then you can see. So a lot of new innovations the company did at that time. And then gradually when Android and iOS market means more IP-driven phones and the internet-based phones comes in the picture, at that time definitely at that era also, you can say about 12-13 is not that fraud centric because the fraud was there on the web part, but app ecosystem the fraud was not there much. But when the internet based phones comes in the picture, after that definitely a lot of fraud. Now fraud is again the machine fraud also and the human fraud also started coming, so both together. But means I started realizing after 2015-16 that frauds are there. Because at that time, the people, those who are behind the fraud ecosystem, they're also trying to evolve themselves doing that thing. But internet is there wherever it's in mobile or desktop, fraud is going to come to you. So that is the things. So definitely is a part of, so every rose has a thorn, So if a digital marketing has a good, a process, but apart from this thing, definitely to make more profit, more gains, people are doing these kind of mistakes. And
you're right. I think you have worked in Fintech also. You have worked in gaming.
Yes. So yes.
So do you see that it's the performance marketing part or the fraud part also is very different with respect to a vertical? Fintech has a specific set of challenges, gaming has a specific set of challenges, because I'm sure the brands of fintech and brands of gaming would look at their acquisitions very differently.
Yeah, so like if I'm going to start with fintech, so definitely the journey is to like basically fintech. I'm talking about more app ecosystem.
Right.
So like definitely fintech inside ecosystem of the app, like for example any banking app or anything. So they are very controlled in terms of after acquisition.
Right.
So like that is very sorted in the fintech space. But before acquisition, it's like when the person seeing the ad and then after he's coming in the ecosystem till the installs, definitely there is a lot of fraud activities are there. So like it's eating a lot of dollars of the advertisers, and especially like if you talk about the fintech in the landing space, the biggest challenge if a fraud kind of a user going to come. I'm talking about more before the installs. When the fraud kind of people, because every fintech has to spend a lot of cost on underwriting that user. So if so many installs or the fake users are coming, definitely their dollars are also burning there. So that is the biggest challenge. So pre-install and the post-install. So post-install is very much sorted in the fintech part. They try to get it because it is more regulated.
Yeah.
So they do that thing. But apart from, if we're going to talk about the gaming vertical and other verticals there, where basically like is more kind of a casual approach.
Yeah.
There definitely like the fraud is there. So even the pre also and post also, both frauds are available there.
Right.
So so in the pre definitely kind of a more machine based frauds or bot based fraud, but where basically post is there the machine based also and the human based, but there basically the human base is more.
Yeah.
They try to make it and to achieve. So RMG is one basically.
Yeah.
There are transactions are involved. So many people do just to increase the numbers and all these things. Lot of, you can say, kind of a super marketing people. They also do the marketing in the sense of those who are driving the user acquisition also to maximize their profit. They do these kind of activities.
Yeah, I've heard of these gameplay frauds.
Yeah.
Wherein if you have to deposit 100 rupees to get into the game, and then and the acquisition money which gets paid out is say 400 rupees, then people actually deposit 100, they do some kind of a gameplay, and then eventually get paid out. So that's their arbitrage is what they.
Yes, and that is the biggest challenge, because if you see the LTV of the customer, the user is not going to be there. Withdrawals are very fast. So we try to make understand to advertisers also, like we should have to be created a strategy accordingly. That, but definitely because it's a digital ecosystem, when you run the campaigns,
Right.
Where exactly every seconds or exit microseconds you have to watch that thing, and that definitely kind of a ClearTrust is doing these activities now to make it these algorithms to improve that thing, to save the fraud, to control the fraud.
Yeah. No, I mean, in all our discussions with gaming customers, we find this problem, and I was speaking to one of the large gaming companies in India, and they have actually set up a team to monitor this human fraud or the gameplay fraud, and they monitor it D1, D2, D3, D7, D30, who's staying for how long.
Yeah.
And that's quite a bit of a nuisance, is what we understand.
Yeah.
So in your case, when you deal with brands, how do you see them, their concern levels with respect to fraud or with respect to acquisition challenges? Because you are the first agency which talks to them.
Yeah.
So they kind of, you are their gatekeeper, you are responsible for what you are giving it to them.
Yeah.
So tell me some of your interesting discussions with any of the customers, or how do they perceive this?
Yeah. So actually, like we so I'll tell you where exactly the problem is. Definitely fraud is immortal. What I believe is always going to be there in the future. It is going to be say one thing is definitely a very advanced tools, even pre or post, whatever,
Right.
advanced tools. But apart from this thing, the strategies what advertisers are making, that is also important to safeguard the fraud basically. Because if you understand the top funnel to bottom funnel, definitely it's a journey, and journey takes time to get the bottom funnel. But now the startups definitely go to come with the very minimum advertising spends, and then definitely they want to increase their numbers to showcase in the to investors or might be the funding, which is very important because they need to show the transaction. And the good thing is that right now the things and the audience are available definitely, which can means like in the previous year you take lot time to get the bottom funnel there exactly, and then you have to wait your now to improve your profits and to get the transacting users is a long journey.
Yes.
But luckily now these days is very much easily available due to digital marketing and the performance marketing, whereas actually the time duration is very less. But in that also I think might be if the strategy is going to be designed fine, that you should have to give time to the performance marketing company to optimize this directly, not going to the bottom funnel, but better you have to see the top funnel also. Whereas if the top funnel also, like you can use a lot of tools to avoid the frauds, and definitely then you need to see the patterns, and then accordingly like you should have to think on the. So where basically more organic kind of a user is going to get and increase the LTV of this thing. So what I really wants to say to my clients, definitely you should have to live with the fraud. But how to recover that thing, how to minimize that is important.
Right.
And try to make the strategy very nicely. So like you can so don't in the starting only don't think on the bottom funnel. You should have to create around 1 million users with a proper fraud tool which can save your the dollars in that, and then you can start thinking of this thing.
Correct. I think it's a mix of strategy and tooling.
Yes. That is important because usually what happens that your design, no, I want to do the day one, like I want to do an acquisition on the bottom funnel only.
Yeah.
Give me the subscriptions or give me this thing, which is quite, and that's why actually the human frauds come, where actually they want to maximize their profits or they maximize their revenue. So that's the reason actually they deliberately do this activity, because the journey is there. You have to create awareness, then to engagement, and then the engagement to conversions in the whole of our marketing funnel.
So how do you see brands, are they receptive for this kind of an approach? That okay, because what you are suggesting is not a small thing. I mean, you are telling them, look at the top of the funnel, at the middle funnel, look at the bottom of the funnel, and we'll help you in awareness. Then we'll gradually qualify them to the next stage and next stage.
Yeah.
How are they receptive? Only the big brands are receptive, or anybody you touch is receptive?
No, so for the big brands, definitely they do have a good marketing orders with them. So definitely they can understand because they already, work since so many years. So they know the journey.
Right.
They know the complete, like, the brand meters, like, how to gauge the audience, and then after that, this thing is there. So those who already have the millions of the users, then definitely they can take care of the bottom funnel. So, but the startups, or like might be those who cover, I mean to say like the mid-range companies and all this thing, those who are getting and growth, then definitely they need to design a strategy properly. So they can avoid the fraud also. And one more thing, basically, because to create a top funnel also, it's a cost.
Yeah.
And where exactly when the frauds comes, definitely the cost increase, and definitely like the P&L is going to be hit over there. So then definitely I think they need to design a complete strategy, and the spends like that, definitely it can save.
So do you think, I mean, you might already be seeing AI making a lot of waves in this area, right? Any repetitive task, AI can do it very fast. So do you think AI can make a difference when you present to your clients that, hey, I'll use AI to kind of design your top funnel strategy better. I'll make sure that awareness happens. I'll look at your historical data and I'll do this.
Yeah. So I think artificial intelligence, AI, is definitely going to work, because definitely human have their own, efficiency. They can't, limitations and they can't go more. But now the fraud and the huge traffic right now. The traffic is in, you see the ad request going to come at you over AI, right? This is huge. And even though like how the servers are handling it is huge, so it's quite difficult to handle it, optimize it in a, manual way. So definitely AI, and I think it's kind of a, you can say that kind of a something miracle there, which AI can do on this part. And gradually, I think as the machine is going to be learn more, and the I think they are more creating more intelligence, I feel that might be AI can rock you, avoid the frauds and all these things.
Yeah, I think AI, this is my personal opinion, but I think AI can be a very important asset for an agency when they go eventually to the client and say that, hey, you don't have to do anything in-house. You have historical data. We have done your campaigns. We have a lot of data. I have my AI agent looking at the data, and here is the next strategy for you. this kind of takes care of the top funnel, the mid funnel, and the bottom funnel. Everything is sorted, and so this probably gives them a lot of confidence that okay, this agency I'm going with, I'm done. I don't need anything else. Yeah, because at the end of it, AI is trying to become a commodity for everyone. So if a client picks up AI, they would say, "Hey, I'll build my in-house team. Why do I need to go into an agency?" But if the agency presents for the use case, because there is a lot of other value which an agency can add, which a brand cannot develop in-house. Yeah. And performance marketing is not a small thing. It is I think the toughest form of marketing, I would say, other than a PPC or a CPM kind of a thing, right? Because you are getting paid out on acquisition values.
Yep. And that is important although because every person has their own, competency. Like doctor is going to do, has to do only, medical treatments and all. Engineer has to build the constructions and everything. Whereas actually performance marketing company has to concentrate only on the performance marketing, finding the right audience. Where exactly fraud companies and the fraud, detection companies, they have to concentrate. So every has a very important task. So, like if a brand is going to, I can do everything together, you're different, it's impossible. So everyone has a specialized task they have to consider. If performance marketing company can start thinking of, I can go to create a fraud tool also, I'm going to create this also, that is definitely going to,
Focus matters.
It's focus matters there. Yeah, that is more important. So I think everyone has a very good competence and they have to create.
Yeah, it's their own role to play.
Yeah, own role to play there.
In this makes sense.
And it's definitely kind of a very strong technology, and you need proper things, because dealing a new level of the frauds coming. Because for earlier we were thinking of impression frauds, then click fraud, then now the install fraud, host install fraud, and a lot of frauds.
Yeah, in fact we were speaking to a company in the US, and they are a lead generation company. So they had their own whole set of multi-fold forms and everything, 10 pages of forms before they give you actually insurance quotes. Yeah. So we said, hey, why don't we run a free simulation test? Okay. And what we did is we have our in-house QC bot, which we use for our testing, right? So we just sent the bot on that page. Okay. It took about 10 seconds for that bot to fill out all the pages and submit. And then the bot got all the quotations also. And the bot filled up the name, the email, the date of birth, the past history, which car it has, which model it has, everything it filled up.
Yeah.
And then that company was issuing codes to that bot. So that's why I told them, hey, say it's so easy to do it for a test bot. This is our lab bot. Imagine the click farms sitting outside at scale. How much damage can they cause you? And you'll not even notice that they came and they went.
Yeah.
So it's, as you correctly said, it's getting crazier, and I would say with AI, it's even going to get crazier when I look at, say, Gemini or any other tools. Right now, they are having capabilities of surfing the internet without the human.
Yeah.
So there could be a scenario where AI is looking at the ad.
Yeah.
AI is filling up the forms.
Yeah.
And it is representing a human.
Yeah.
And the human is instructing the AI to do it.
Yeah.
It's only going to get very challenging for the brands. And I think it should become a very important role for the agencies also to play that, yeah, we are your saviors. We are sitting here. You don't worry. We'll take care of all kinds of stuff. We are looking at the industry. We are looking at the whatever is happening in the industry. We know of all of it. And I mean, we are your guardians kind of thing.
Yeah.
To me, that is going to be a very important role which global agencies are going to play.
Yeah, definitely. And because a lot of wastage is going into of the callers and marketing orders here. And actually, it's a game of, police and criminals.
Yeah.
You're going to find the ways, they're going to find the new ways. So that's why actually might be because when you're going to work as a human, it's quite difficult for you to detect everything. So AI is going to play a very important role, because what is a new algorithm going to come automatically, they're going to understand this. Oh, you should have. Yeah, so I believe.
And I think you deal with different types of traffic sources also, right? You deal with affiliates also, you deal with search also, for example, a PMAX and booming or social as well, right?
Yeah.
So which challenges what kind of challenges you find with different types of sources? Which are the most, I would say, converting ones, which are the converting ones?
So like if you are working more on the first party data, not for me as a marketing agency, but if I'm using a direct app inventory, so there the challenges are less. Although like there also might be, if somebody is not the app but might be not the publisher, but might be some other hackers are doing some activity,
right,
and they increase the marketing spend there. So But on the direct app ecosystem, where exactly we directly integrated through the APIs or SDKs or all, there basically the fraud challenge is less compared to the average. But whereas like when we go to the affiliate route, definitely because we don't have the control, and it's a redirections.
Yeah.
So even though we don't know actually, we can just know like if the P360 or something is going to be take care, but that only. So we don't have much control over the indirect inventories. But yeah, we do have more control over the direct inventories. There is, we can see that thing.
Got it. And if I may ask, I mean, what kind of, if you can give me a ballpark, what kind of margins a performance marketing agency would make typically when they deal with, say, CPL or CPI kind of campaigns? Considering, say, you are putting a P360 or all these expenses which you are putting in, and then you are sourcing traffic from on partner publishers, partner apps, or affiliate. What is the kind of ballpark if you want to share?
So you mean to say like the margins?
Or more what you have, because you are getting paid out only on acquisition. That's why.
Yeah. So basically, like so margins is very volatile in this right now because as the stringent KPIs coming from there, sometimes like we need to take the losses also.
Right.
You know, if I'm buying traffic on the CPM CPC, because when I'm working with the direct apps and direct OEMs and all this thing, at that time my cost is more onto the CPM CPC model. So there basically we try to optimize more, but overall like the margins is going to be near about 10 to 15% ranging in that. But that depends basically, like so like the category to category is all depends where exactly and if my audience targeting is right, I'm getting the good conversions. So then definitely like I can getting better, because it's basically the win-win for advertisers also, because when they're spending, and there is win-win for us also and for my direct app publishers also altogether. As that is because from the acquisition front, like if the customer, if the real user and the right user is going to come in the system, then definitely you can't say like the first time CAC there.
Yeah.
You have to calculate on the LTV of the user when your model is like more repeat transactions there and all these things. So then you have to see the lifetime value of the customer also. So that is important.
I think it's a risk reward thing for you, right?
Yeah.
You actually take a lot of risks in sourcing different types of traffic, and then the reward has to be high.
So right now, as in Ventus, definitely like the focus is not affiliates now, is more kind of a direct inventories, or either the inventories we are getting to DSPs, more control over that, and try to build more audience and full funnel marketing approach.
Good.
So that's going to be really work good in that. But yeah, sometimes the fraud going to come there, because sometimes we don't have the control over there, because we are human. Of course, and definitely like you can't save with your bare eyes what things are body. So that is the job.
Okay. And where do you look Ventus to be going? What is the kind of roadmap for Ventus in the next 5 years, say?
So Ventus roadmap is more towards kind of a product now.
Okay.
So building very nice products, especially thinking more on the audience side. Because the good thing in digital now, the audience. When you're sitting in 25, because your footprints of every user from the day one now, like the Gen Z and Gen Alphas now, so footprints is there available on the internet assisted, and mobile is definitely playing an important role, because you do have a lot of has data there,
Right.
so you can play. So a good thing from the market advertiser side also, because now it's easy to find the audience in the universe. Earlier, which is very difficult 10 years back, because no freight footprints were there. So that is a very good thing. Beauty is there. So customer acquisition cost compared to the earlier and now is very different. But so the roadmap for the Ventus is definitely kind of a more product based, more first party data approach or the second party data approach, and more kind of a data partnerships and finding the right audience and handling the complete funnel from top to bottom, and not as an affiliate no more, because that journey is old now. So more kind of a growth marketing company towards each and every stage of the advertiser to use the complete growth approach.
Nice.
So that is more important.
And Ventus, you have customers globally, or you only look at India as geography?
So now it's like since starting, like the global acquisition is there. So we are working in Philippines, we are in Southeast Asia, we are working in Russian market that we are acquiring. India is definitely the biggest one, but yeah, we are doing globally now. We are acquiring some Latin countries also.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you have presence there, or you have partners there?
So in Southeast Asia, we have our presence there. Okay. Few people are working there. But like in Russia or Latin countries like Mexico, Brazil, all this thing, we handle from remote. We handle from
About headquarters. And since you are handling growth, how does your day look like from morning till evening?
So definitely like more towards kind of a hunting clients, and after that hunting clients, definitely to make them understand it is important, because digital marketing is not kind of a shortcut. You can say that it takes little time to. So it's basically kind of a more handshake ecosystem. So my day definitely to make them understand, to try them, but definitely advertisers having all goals, and the marketer or the media planner is selling is definitely having a goals to achieve that goals, and definitely like how to achieve this goal, how to create a win-win strategy for both together, because definitely we have an more knowledge of our audience and data,
Right.
and where exactly the audience is available in the universe, where exactly they know more about, advertisers know more about their product, what exactly product is giving the value to the customer. So we try to match that, and that's why actually I try to whole morning to evening trying and hunting the clients, and when talking them, trying to make them understand, making the right strategy. And it's not only the one sided, you should have to think on both the sided, because we are doctor for my publishing, and you're doctor of your product, so that we can build together.
Yes. No, I think it is. I think I'm sure you have a challenging day every day when you speak to them.
Yes,
New questions, new answers, a lot of stuff. So, Amit, what would be your advice? I mean, you have spent so many years in this in this industry, right? What would be your advice to the newcomers who are looking at performance marketing as a career or digital marketing as a career? If you can say a few words about that.
So, as the internet penetration is increasing, definitely digital footprints are increasing, and so you see the spend time on mobile earlier in the feature phone market, and the mobile spend time right now spend time on either Google or Meta or with like Insta or all the properties is increasing. So the eyeballs definitely is increasing daily, and it's a very good medium to reach to the customers, and definitely to broadcast your message, to broadcast the advertiser's product value that is there. So to all the new aspirants and to all new age people, those who want to make it, definitely they have to make it, because this is huge. The world population is huge, so you can say that like if might be 20-30 lakh people also want to come in this industry, it is minimal.
Enough space for it.
Yeah, and the space is there right now, and that is more important, and this is very interesting because you do have a creativity also, you have a technology also, so it's a blend of everything there.
Yes.
So I think like either the commerce graduate or either a engineering graduate, the space is open for everyone, and even for the creative is definitely always there, because ultimately creative speaks more rather your technology and all these things. If creative is right, your communication is right, then definitely. So I believe like for all the field, new generation, definitely is very nice. This is a very rewarding area, very rewarding. Yeah. And the market is global. The good thing is the market is global. When sitting in India, you can serve to global market. So that is a beauty. So you're not limited to only 140 crore population.
Yeah.
That you are open to all across the world. That is the beauty.
And in terms of performance marketing, which geographies you think, which countries you think are equally good in this, or they are kind of making headway into this? Is Philippines better than India, or is there a lot of performance marketing happening in Europe or LATAM or US?
So as you asked about the geography, I believe all the geography is good.
Okay.
That depends on basically the consumption. Basically, like in India, the data is very economical, so definitely the consumption is high. In Western countries, definitely the audience are more mature, and the internet they feel is a paid always. So you want to buy things through that thing. So as far as so every country has a different kind of an strategy that you have to adopt, and so like if the Western market you are serving, definitely like audience cost is high, your digital marketing cost is high, but your return is high. Compared to these market like the developing nations, definitely this is the most aspirant market actually, because the dollars is and the population is high, definitely the advertisers are high. Their spends limit is high. So that's the reason only basically the opportunities are more high in that. So as you are asking about the Philippines market or India market, so every market has have a different process, because their population, the Philippines population is only 11-12 crores. India population 140 crores. So your audience size is different.
Yeah.
So that is there. But yeah, what I believe now, whole world is good for the digital marketing in future, because the footprints are increasing day by day. Now you see the Africa. Now Africa is also emerging like anything. So feature phone market penetration, but smartphone market penetration is increasing
Right.
there, and the consumption is increasing, and the new generation is coming definitely. So it's internet generation.
Yeah. I think next 10 years for Africa are going to be.
Yeah. Russia market is very nice. So a lot of Russian advertisers. No, even though we are also serving to them.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of banks there, a lot of fintech companies there, so that we are serving to them.
You got it.
Yeah. So all market is good. Means like it all depends on how you make your strategy. That is more important.
No, I get that completely. And I think you guys are doing a fantastic job in terms of strategy and tooling as a proposition where you take it to your brands and analyzers. So that was Amit for us. I think a lot of insights, a lot of inputs with respect to performance marketing for anybody who is listening in, who is tuned in. There are, as Amit said, for a performance marketing company kind of making a mark, they run on a risk reward model. They need to make every acquisition count, because that's where they get paid. So these are very difficult campaigns, not easy campaigns. The KPIs are getting harder from the brands for them. So they have a hill to climb, I would say. And these guys are doing it very well. They are aware about what is happening. They are suggesting strategies to their brands. There's a lot which they are doing. So kudos to Amit, who is leading the growth at Ventus Avenues. It has been a fantastic conversation with Amit. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Thanks Deepankar. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you. Bye.